How are you? And how's it going? I feel like rambling big time, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of silence in this video. So if you're just looking for a quick dopamine fix, this is probably not the video for you. So be forewarned. This is my special place, and I just wanted you to take you here with me. I come here when I need to think. I come here when I feel lonely, because I feel like this place is big enough to contain all of my loneliness. And I come here when I need to remember that there's more to life than what we think. Because we spend our life down there in the valley somewhere, we don't really move much. So when you come up here, it really helps. It really helps to put things into perspective. Before there was a flock of swallows surrounding me and flying everywhere. I got them on camera and I'm gonna show them to you. I feel like they are preparing for the end of summer, and they are preparing for the big migration. They are gonna go from Italy to South Africa, and then they're gonna come back next year. I wonder how many of them are gonna make it. I honestly wonder if I'm gonna make it as well. Don't worry, I don't want to jump from the cliff. I just let my solitude jump, but I feel the call of the void, but I have no intention to do anything silly or tragic. So what's the situation? Still processing a breakup. She's been pretty mean to me, but that's okay. I mean, that's her level of consciousness. I did not want to go down the same route. Let's say I kept my cool. I've also been accused of being emotionless because I think because probably she's never been with someone who has this kind of emotional maturity, the kind that I have. Not that I am some crazy god. I get angry, I get depressed, I get all of that. But compared to the average person, I've done my fair share of meditation. I think that helps you. And also my temperament is just the one of an introvert, of a loner, if you want. So yeah, there's some truth in there, because I know that sometimes I can suppress emotion and appear emotionless, but I am not. I'm certainly not. I've done everything I could to patch things back together, but looks like it's just not going to happen. So I'm just going to let it go. Yeah, it kind of hurts. I've been with her for 6 months, and this is like my first relationship before my excuse me. This is my first relationship after my big breakup, after my big 15 years relationship. This has been the first one that I can call a relationship. It's been 6 months, which is not much, but you know, it's something. It's not nothing. I think about all the red flags that I didn't see, that I pretended not to see in the beginning, and of course they came back to bite me in the ass now in these past days and weeks. But that's okay. It's not that I am flawless. Of course, I am a human being. I made my fair share of mistakes, and I think the difference is that I try to improve. I try to learn, and I try to overcome this kind of mistakes. But she was just hell bent on destroying everything, and yeah, I feel like there's not much I could do. What else is going on with my life? Well, I'm 40. I'm gonna turn 41 in a few months, by the end of the year, when the swallows are not going to be here anymore. It's going to be winter, it's going to be cold, there's going to be wind up here. Mother Nature can be very rough and can just dispose of you like you are nothing, because you are nothing at the end of the day. But you are probably more than you think, and you can do more than you think. And so this is what I'm trying to do with my life, and of course I make mistakes, I stumble in the darkness, and yeah, what else is going on? I'm looking for a job, and that's rough. Both my parents are facing health issues. That's rough as well. Sometimes I realize that I am alone. I realize that I am alone, and that I have no one to talk to. Maybe this is why I decided to press play, not really knowing what I was going to say. Anyway, here we are, if you're still there. Whenever I go through these rough patches of life, when everything seems to fall apart, I feel that my dog is still here with me in a weird way, because my dog died, but my dog also lived. And I adopted her when she was 10 years old, because my aunt and my auntie, they both died. And so there was this old dog who lived his whole life in an enclosure behind the fence. And I ended up adopting her because nobody was able to take care of her. I just happened to be around, and so I said, okay, I'll take her with me. I didn't really decide; it just happened. It's one of those things that life sends you. Life gives, life takes. I think adopting that dog and showing her the world has been one of the best things that I've done with my life. She got sick shortly after. She got leishmania. You cannot heal really from that. Other family members wanted to put her down because they said she's old, she's not gonna make it. But I felt that she was not done. Her spirit was not broken. Her spirit was free. And so I tried to cure her. The medicine that she had to take was essentially a chemotherapy. Was chemo. It was like 2 syringes a day in different spots of the back, because we had to kind of move around because the drug was burning. But she's been a good girl. She really took it like a champ. I moved around with my needle morning and evening. As soon as she saw the syringe, she was just laying down, and I think she understood that was for her own good. And so I decided to bring her around in nature, in all these places that I'm showing you as well on my channel, as best as I can while I talk about stuff. And she discovered the world, but at the same time she made me discover the world again. So that was quite a surprise. But I knew she was old, I knew she was sick, and I knew that sooner or later the day would have come, the day that I had to take her to the vet and put her down. And make no mistake, the day came, one night. Because she also got cancer, and she had surgery 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. She got up all the time. She just wanted to live, she just wanted to be free, and that was a lesson right there for me. That's why I say that I'm not going to do anything silly or anything tragic, because she showed me the way, and the way is not to give up no matter what. Let me see if this thing is still recording. Looks like we're good. And so the day came after 3 surgeries. One night she had a seizure. She was half blind. She was just walking around aimlessly, hitting walls. And so I took her to the vet. I put her on the table. The vet told me that there was not much to do, not much else to do. The cancer had spread in her lungs, in her brain, everywhere. And she left us a moment. In that moment I hugged her. In that moment I told her that she's been the best dog ever, the best friend ever. I remember hugging her. I remember her not really being there, but trying her best. And then when I was ready, I went out of the room. I called the vet. I went back to hug my dog. She warned me that she told me it's gonna be quick. Once I inject the drug, she's gonna go. I told her that I was ready. I was hugging my dog. I was having her in my arms, and kissing her on the head. And I asked her to wait for me. And I remember the exact moment when she stopped breathing. And I remember her body going limp. I remember the feeling of carrying her to the car together with my brother, because she was a big girl. And now she's buried under a big oak tree, and sometimes I go there and talk to her, even though she's not really there. But every time sometimes I just drive past there, because I just wave at her when I pass, when I just drive past the tree. Other times I feel like she's here. She's in the river, she's in the waterfall. So sometimes when I need to feel close to her, I go to the waterfall and I just sit there for a while. I still see her around. I still see her brown orange fur, her brown orange coat, running around in the trees. And yeah. Yeah, she died, but she also lived. I think she lived a good life. Um, she did not give up, and she found love in old age. The purest form of love that was between me and her was really something to see and behold. She died, and she also lived, but she also lived, and I feel that she's still with me here, especially in these kind of hard moments of life. Sometimes she comes to my mind, and I end up crying. I cried this morning when I went for my morning run, because I was thinking of her. I think that yeah, this is gonna sound weird, but she's coming to me to help me process these sad feelings, to help me get this feeling through myself and out, instead of just repressing them. I don't know if she's actually coming to me, but whatever she taught me is definitely still here with me. It still lives inside of me, and I can now hopefully pass it through you and give you some encouragement and you can spread it around, and so the world is gonna be a tiny bit better because of that dog. I'm sure there are things in your life that you can appreciate like that. I'm sure you can spread this kind of good message and create like a wave that can go through the universe. And so here I am, womanless, jobless, houseless, dogless. I'm kind of a loser by any form of conventional measurement. Yet somehow I don't feel like one. I don't think it helps to feel like one. I'm not that young anymore, I know that. But I feel like I still have to peak physically, and I still have to peak in life in general. I have dreams. I'm working on many projects. I'm working on my music. I don't want to give that up. I don't know if I ever gonna make money out of it. I wouldn't mind it, of course, but my voice kind of sucks, and I'm working on that. So I think it's an important part of my life, music, and I want to keep it with me. I want to keep it around because music is always going to be around. It's never going to leave you. People can leave you, but music cannot. So I still have some hard-earned savings, so I'm going to be alright for a while. I'm not that worried, not that much. I have found myself a temporary house for now, so that's taken care of as well. But I really want to buy a place. I want to have a place on this map, on the map in general, on the world. I want to have a place in the world where I can say, this is my place. I can close the door, and the world is outside. I can feel safe in here. I can do whatever I want in here. And this is my strong need as a 40-year-old man at the moment. I want a place for myself. I want a job that I can tolerate, that does not suck the life out of me. I want to play music. I want to improve physically, and I want to leave a mark on the world, however small that can be. I want to live a good life. I'm not interested in fast cars. I'm not interested in luxury. I'm not interested in having a holiday on a yacht or buying a yacht or a boat or whatever you want to call it. I'm not interested in the champagne and coke lifestyle. I have no lust for the rich man gold. I am not interested in having a ton of women as well. I would just be happy to find love and live with a woman and maybe have kids one day, A little kid, a little boy. I can show him around. I can let him climb trees and swim in the river. All these kind of things. This is another weird things for me because I never wanted kids, but in the last few years, this kind of paternal instinct really came out of me. Maybe I'm late to the party. For sure I'm late, and the dating scene is dismal, to say the least. People just seem to care about short-term gratifications. Girls seem to throw themselves away and just pursue physical pleasure, and guys are not any better. But despite all the odds, I still have a strong belief, and I am still pretty positive. I still have a strong belief that I can make it somehow in this world. Probably in the past I have very little encouragement from my father, and that left a mark. No hard feelings. He's done his best. He's just a kid that ended up having a family and leaning too much on the bottle to solve his problems. So that didn't help, of course, as you can imagine. But once my mother told me, I think it's been probably 20 years or even more, she told me, I'm sure you're gonna do something one day. And that little piece of encouragement is what keeps me going. I hope she's still gonna be around when I'll be able to make something of myself. I don't have big dreams, I don't want to be the king of the world. I just want a good life. Just want to be content. And I don't need much. Mostly I need things you cannot buy. You cannot buy love. You cannot buy this. You cannot buy your way to the top of a mountain. You have to actually climb it. So true values lies in the things you cannot buy. But yet you have to live down there. You have to live amongst the other men. And you have to live in society. You're a social creature after all. I am terribly introverted and I tend too much to self-isolation, probably as a mechanism of self-defense that I learned through the years, probably when I was a kid. So I know that I have to keep that at bay. But at the same time, I like being alone. But yeah, what can I say? Life is hard, life is not a joke. Life can be hell, life can be heaven. I want to do my best, and I want to live it. I want to live it even when it gets difficult, because it gets real. Now I feel it. I feel it that it's real. I feel a lot of things now that before just passed me by. I feel the prayers of my grandmother, for example. She's not around anymore, and sometimes she used to tell me, I'm gonna pray for you, maybe over the phone, and I would just say thanks, but not really appreciate it. But now I feel the power of that prayer. The power of that prayer is still around. It still helps me get through the days. I also spent some times in her house, the house of my grandparents. Now it's empty. It's an empty house. I was kind of worried, because I thought it would somewhat spook me or something. But it's so comforting to be there. It just feels like home, because love feels like home. Yeah, I think there is not much more that I have to say. Sorry for the big rambling. I don't know if I should post this or not, but probably why not? Just post it and see what happens. Yeah, what else can I say? Well, to the army of the lonely man, to the army of the lonely people, let's not give up. Let's spread a positive message of encouragement from the depth of our solitude. Maybe we can make the world a little bit better. Maybe we can. Let's not give up. If we give up, we have already lost. And so take care. I'm gonna stay here for a little while and then head back down in the valley. I wish you all the best from the bottom of my heart. And thanks for being here, if you still are here.